There's a better title than this long one, Jekyll and Hyde chess tours, that I'll explain in a minute. But for me, this all started with polyrhythm. I want to show you a way that you can teach yourself how to play a polyrhythm pretty easily. For example, a 3-beat and a 5-beat. I'll play on with my right hand 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, using what the verbal command of the multiples of 3, or on the left hand 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Oops. And if you put them together, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, or 0. And you practice that and start to get faster and faster, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, and etc., until you feel what the rhythm is like. Well, here's a way to notate that kind of, visualize that kind of thing with star polygons, a 5/3 star polygon, which, because 5 and 3 are relatively prime, you get one strand that goes to every, as a Hamiltonian tour, goes to every point there exactly once. Well, we tried to play with this by passing balls around, working with Mitchell Nathan at the University of Wisconsin a year and a half ago, and using regular intervals at which we threw the balls, more than one ball. And some things we wondered about, does each ball go to each person before returning to the start? Does anyone get 2 balls thrown at them at the same time? And we were trying to find something that made kinesthetic these ideas about rhythm, and was sort of intermediate between whole body activities, maybe juggling patterns and rhythm and so forth. But then we said, well, what if we alternately pass these playground balls, 1 forward around the circle, then 2 back, 1 forward, 2 back, etc. And with our little diagram, it might look like this: 1 forward, 2 back, 1 forward. Well, we're not going to get to every person exactly once, but the nice thing about mathematics is if it doesn't work, you can invent new notation or vocabulary. And so we could call this a 5/1-2, 2 Hamiltonian tour, double tour. It's really, you can sort of see it as 2 pentagons put together. And I noticed, by the way, Kate Jones is next, that she has a star slide puzzle composed of 2 star polygons, but it's also, you can also see it as an alternating pattern of 4 and 6s that makes a double Hamiltonian tour. And Christine von Renesse has played around with this with salsa rueda dance in a Bridges paper. Well, what if we use the same 1 forward, 2 back pattern with 6 people or 6 points? And you get this design that goes to each point twice. And it turns out that if this were a loop of string, you'd get a string figure octahedron that I showed some people last night. Or it could be a plan for 6 partner dances, 6 groups of partner dancers who move forward 1 partner, then back 2, and so forth. And also noticed something similar. Diana Davis in Bridges last year had a periodic path on a pentagonal billiard table, and that is a 3/5, a 10/3/5 Hamiltonian tour of 10 points. And that made me wonder, well, wait, 10, we've got 10 fingers, maybe I could make a string figure out of that. And sure enough, let's see if I can get this to work. This is her pattern as a string figure. Well, big deal. Pretty simple string figure, there it is. And here's another example. Laurel Shastri, who dances with our company but is also my wife, has been making these lace shirtwaist buttons that are really pretty. They use star polygons and some of these alternating patterns as well. But for this conference, I thought, well, what can we do that involves alternation, that makes up puzzles? Well, what if we had what I call a Jekyll and Hyde chess piece that starts out as a knight, does a knight move, and then becomes a bishop, does a bishop move, etc. What kind of tours of these rectangles or chessboards can we get? Well, with 15 squares, you get some parity problems. But I have some puzzles for you in the paper that was contributed. And the 3x3 and 3x4, well, the 3x3, you can't get the tour for parity reasons. The 3x4 turns out to be really nice, 4x4. You can put the 4x4 together, link them together once you've solved the Hamiltonian tour for the 4x4 to make bigger checkerboards. And in fact, you can get all 2m by 2n rectangles, etc. The only one I haven't done so far, maybe someone can figure out, is something, a 3x4k where the 4k is bigger than 8, but I'm pretty sure that's solvable too. Anyway, I have one more of these star polygon string figures to show you that's sort of fun. And it goes like this. This is a 9-pointed star. Try and show it so everybody can see it. And this is a 7-pointed star. And this is a 5-pointed star. And I guess, well, it's a 3-pointed star. And that's a really pointless star. Slight ad, we have a dance, movement, arts, and math online group that's been meeting since the beginning of COVID on Sundays. Next one is March 3rd. Let me know if you're interested in attending. Thank you.